Good morning. Happy Thursday. Happy Veterans Day to any veterans that might be joining us today. Hope you enjoy your day today, and thank you for your service. Hope everyone's doing well today. Starting off here with copper making its new high of the day. It's been climbing most of the night. See here we've made two big green moves, uptrending SMA line here. The indices overnight more sideways than anything, but it does have the ES does have a 24-point range. Up, down, up, stall, up, stall. NASDAQ, same kind of move. A under just shy of 125-point range. Just give me 1 second here so I can send this out on my YouTube. I'm sorry, not my YouTube, my Facebook. That's what I'm trying to say. Copy link. Should have just before I came on air, huh? Yeah, that's okay. Oops, move that over there. Gold overnight. Just recently hit its high about an hour ago. 23-point range today. Big move here up. That was a big part of the range. Went like 9 points in 10 minutes. Pulled back. Been slowly going up ever since. NQ. It's still sideways. I'm not sure why it was calling my name. Crude oil wanting attention. Crude oil. Well, this is natural gas, but close enough. About a point and a half range. Just recently hit its overnight high. Crude near the low of its range right now. About 2-point range. Bonds. Hit its high last evening and its low last evening within a very short amount of time. And it's trying to slowly grind up since. Only about a little over a point range. And the Russell, about a 18-point range. Mostly a slight trend upwards. So that's where we stand from the overnight. NQ. Let's go see why NQ keeps calling my name. So let's look at the action from NQ overnight. There's ES. Both of these seem to be trending downward just slightly, sending me signals that I'm not sure about yet. Haven't really looked to do overnight action. That would be a nice move to catch right there. Let's see here. This is where I left off. See that this move would have stopped us out. See, in the evening, we had great NQ signals. We've been 6 straight 15-point wins. This would have been our first loss. Good signal there on gold. Gold's trending downwards. Um, so let's see where this takes us. This long, probably wouldn't have taken that long right there. Ah. So next signal I would have taken was this one, this short. That would have been good, easily good. Would I have taken that long? Possibly. I'll mark it off. And as you can see, that would stop me out. Crude oil calling for my attention. Excuse me. Crude's kind of ranging right now. Here's the big move on the NQ. And you can see here, the sent a buy signal here on this candle. Went up and then pulled back a little bit. This is a move you see often. As you see the bands are still coming out, it'll, make this move upwards and kind of stall and then go. The best, the best move to make there, depending on how big your candles are, is to wait until that pullback before you get in. But in this case, we'll just take it, and you can see we easily got our 15. Because you see, this went up and never even touched the SMA line all the way up. Never touched the ATR line either. This was about a 73-point move. Gold and natural gas. Let's look at gold on our 1-minute chart. Ooh, oof. So gold came down, pulled back here. It's now trying to come down again. Big candle down though. I'm not really. I think this is gonna bounce here and either start going sideways or maybe a slight recovery back up. So this is one of those that sent me a signal way early. You see, you had this move here. Gold's continuing trying to convince me it wants me to get in here. But you sent me a signal here, and first of all, this long would have gotten our 1.6. But there's no way I would have taken the sell signal. Let's check natural gas. Natural gas giving a buy. We're right at the top of our range since open. See if it breaks it. We'll come back. So what we're looking at gold. Sorry. So this pulled back, and you see it immediately went back up, but that's where it exhausted. So, like I said, I would not have gotten in here, uptrending band, so on and so forth. So, two ways to get in here to catch this move. One, we can just look at where the entry point would have been, which is right here. Wait until it came back down and enter once it broke this line. So this candle here, which would have went from 1865 all the way down to 1858, so about $700 move, 7 ticks. The other way that we could have done it is by switching to the 2-minute chart. See, the 2-minute chart would have given this entry here, and that would have been also good. 1865 to down. So that's the two ways we could have got back in, or not back in, but get in when we weren't willing to take this because we figured there was going to be a pullback. The third way would have just been wait till it broke the SMA line. See, it broke the SMA line and then went sideways before coming down. Gold's now giving us the opposite signal. Big reversal bar here. So it did exactly what I thought it was going to right here as I was talking. It's a big reversal bar here. Let me look at how it looks on the 5-minute chart. You see, yeah, well, it just totally reversed that reverse. Oh, now we're back to red. So we had some buyers step in, but they immediately got beat down like a rabid dog. Looks like NQ is making some pretty good moves overnight in one direction or the other. Actually, this buy signal would have worked here, but it was below the SMA lines. I probably would not have taken it. And it wouldn't. It would have gotten almost there. We're not going to count it. Gold again. Gold is coming back down. Looks like so. Looks like that was just a pullback or whatnot. Get rid of that line. Right here, I probably would have taken that sell signal here. Should have been a mistake. Uptrending bands, but and you can see that would have stopped us out. Would not have taken that one. So the next signal I would have taken was buy. That I also think would stop us out. Definitely would. Actually, we might no. Would have stopped us there. So that's NQ overnight. Started off well, but would have ended up giving me 2 straight losses in the last couple hours. Let's check bonds. Bonds have been doing really well for me over the past couple of days when I charted out. Doesn't look real. He looks really choppy overnight. Here's an ugly looking chart for the bonds overnight. I don't know what our volume's going to be like today. It is considered a holiday, but I don't know if I'm going to see light volume today. Not have taken that one because of uptrend, going into uptrending bands. So this will be the next one. Yeah, excuse me while I chart the overnight because there's nothing else going on right now. Right there is actually where it would have went to profit, but it's not triggering. Actually right there. You see choppiness everywhere. Russell. Russell's heading downward. NQ upward. Tesla, which we keep an eye on because it has such a big effect on the indices, natural gas, is up pre-market, although pulling back from its high. It hit a high of almost 1120. It's pulled back to 1094, but you can see this is a big recovery from the last couple days. NQGC. Yes, yeah. Another buy signal. This actually, we're heading up toward an SMA line. Let's jump in there. See if we can get 10 ticks out of that. Wait a minute, that's GC. Why is it? Oh, let's move. There we go. I was confused for a minute. I'm gonna go on the bid. Maybe. Mm, watching this here. This is a gold chart. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Why we suddenly got all these signals? NQ, NQRS. All the indices are yelling my name. Oh, big move up here, and I missed it. That sucks. Buy signal on the ES. Let's check that out. We're gonna buy the bid. See if we get filled. It's gonna go without us, I think. Let's go back and look at gold, see if I messed up. Nah, it's pulling back so far. Okay, so ES went without us. I tried to limit in. I should have marketed in. Nasdaq would have been the better move, but I was slow to the uptake there. Both indices are near their daily highs. See, the bonds are definitely coming down, but where would you have gotten in? Look at this chart. You would not have gotten in that sell, that buy. This sell, maybe, but I'm pretty sure that would have stopped us out. Maybe not. Boom, boom. No. That would have been the perfect entry. I mean, would have scared me, but it would have gotten to where I wanted to be. Copper's been sideways. So we get our next signal. Well, let's check see what gold is doing. Gold did pull back. And Q pulled back some. ES pulled back. Let's chart out some copper while we wait for our next signal. Overnight. 2 wins there. Not have taken this big move down into the third band. Usually indicates that we're going to go sideways, which we did. Would have taken this one. Which was slowly grinded up to there. Here, would have taken this short. See, we already had moved over the hump and we're coming down. This pullback here would have made me kind of wonder if I should get out. Hopefully I would have stayed in. Coming back through. No reason not to take this one. I think this one's going to stop us out. No, actually it's not. Boom. And then this one. I had to do analysis. Every time there's a huge candle, I mean this wasn't huge, but bigger than almost all the candles around it, it seems like that leads to a quick reversal. This one right now would be break even. So that's copper overnight. Welcome this morning. Thank you for joining me as we come up on the 8 o'clock hour on the East Coast. Feel free to say hi in the chat. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Just tell me what you're doing. Are you trading? Are you sim trading? Just learning? Just here to observe? ES. Now pulling back, giving us a sell signal. See, we're kind of ranging, and we've been ranging here for the past 2.5 hours. Would not have taken this, even though it would eventually work. This one? Maybe. Yep, that one would have stopped. There. Remember, if you're back testing your strategy this way, you got to be honest with yourself of what you would have done and not done. This one would have ended up boom, and it would have cost me getting in on this sell signal, which would have been good. I knocked out a signal. Ooh, that one would have worked. What's that signal I knocked down? NQ. So this was just a little pullback. It looks like it wants to continue going. That would have been good. And then this one would have been very good. And of course, this unusual to see things go up and then come right back down like this did. This didn't really even consolidate. It just came right back down. I had knocked down the signal again. Copper. What's copper having to say? Ooh, sell signal in copper. Didn't hold. Yeah, crude came tumbling down. It's down almost 4 points in the last couple of days. But see, this has been a. If you include this whole move, which went way over here. Boom, 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 right to there. It's 193 ticks. That's $1,930. Okay, Copper's trying to convince me that. Ooh, I guess it really has decided it wants to come down. We're right here at 8 o'clock. Open a. And it's dropping like a rock. Big move here on natural gas. Nothing yet on crude. Pull back here from this move on copper. Indices coming down a little bit. Top of the hour, oftentimes, especially here at 8 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Eastern, of course, uh, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Eastern, that's when Europe opens, and a couple like 8, 9 o'clock in the night when Asia opens can be very volatile times. You can see these big moves here. You see this big move so far isn't holding. It came down here. This came down 14 ticks. It's already reversed 12 of those ticks. NQ. They're bouncing off their SMA line. We got buy signal in the 5 minute. It's 10 points away from its daily high. Those of you joining me on YouTube this morning, please, if you feel like it, hit the subscribe button for the YouTube algorithm. Also hit the like. If you're here with me on Twitch and you haven't already followed me, I would appreciate it. Slowly trying to grow this channel. Ooh, big move down here on the Ultra Bond. By big, I mean 6 ticks, but that's $190 just about. Let's finish our charting here of the crude oil overnight. Hold on, indices are sending me signals. Big move down here. We look here in the 5 minute. This SMA line here, it's trying to breach. Already done so. It's been hugging the SMA line on the S&P. So we'll hold off. Everything's kind of sideways this morning. Not a lot of range. I don't think there's anything. Hold on a minute. Well, I checked the econ calendar, so I don't get surprised. I don't think there's anything scheduled today. Econ calendar. Uh-oh, internet's slow. There we go. So here's our econ calendar. Econ calendar for today. Brazil, not even sure what that is. Oh, South Africa, Europe, Russia. Nothing except for the ultra bond auctions, or the treasury auctions, I should say. So nothing big for the day. Tomorrow? Tomorrow. Oh. Um, doesn't look like there's anything worth all that great tomorrow either. So, no real surprises for today. Check what our, see where right now we're sideways. So this might be a more sideways calm morning. Hopefully we can find something to get into. If I'd been awake, these are positions I would have taken. I chart that off every day. Basically, it's a constant test of my strategy. Hey, Deco, how you doing, man? I've been a loser. Hopefully today's stream is going to go much better than the one from Tuesday morning, where my ISP decided to have a large nationwide outage. So we're seeing a big pullback here on the crude oil. Let's check the 5 minute. 5 minute has been sideways. Crude definitely moving down here. Uh-oh. Oh, I should have got in that move. Okay, so that was a missed opportunity. Oh, there we go. Okay. Thought maybe I wasn't sending out sound, but I just had the test muted. Good job, Brian. Good job. Okay. So I missed this opportunity here on crude. This is a strong move down here, which would have easily given the 20 ticks I was looking for. Boop, boop, boop. What was that last signal there on the NG? So natural gas also giving us some signals here. Oh, wow. 33 ticks down. It's running through everything here. That big move down on copper has been sideways, slightly uptrending since. NQ still sideways. Buy signal on NQ on this, even though it's sideways. Sometimes that happens. Haven't heard much from the Russell. We had a sell signal on the Russell, but into the bands. What's agriculture doing? Agriculture overnight. You see soybean oil kind of sold off, trying to recover. Corn's just been kind of sideways. Natural gas and the ultra bond. Let's check the bond. Bond giving us a buy signal here, but still in a very downtrending SMA line, well below the SMA on the 5-minute. Multiple signals now. Copper. Copper giving us a buy signal. Moving on up. Let's grab that. Grab a chart, grab a chart, grab a chart. Where's my chart? There. Magically it appears on screen. We're gonna mark it in and hope for the best. Filled here. No slippage. No slippage is always a good thing. Down 2 ticks. It's our first order of the first entry of the day, I should say. Let's see. Ooh, there we go. 4 tick move up. So we can gauge what we did or what we do here this morning. You see, last night I did $46.25. So that'll be our mark for today of where we're at for the morning session. As we're up 8 ticks on this trade. We'll put this over here for now. Watch it. Now up 9, 10 ticks. No, well, we're going well. 12 ticks. Check what the bond's doing. Ultra bond, that long signal did not hold. Crude oil, long signal, but immediately reversed. Still sideways on the indices. So we're seeing a pullback here on this on our copper. It did kind of touch that previous high of the day. So that's what we need to watch. We need to see if it rejects off the high of the day. Now if you can look here, it's hit this area at least twice. Let me blow that up. Yellow line here is high of the day. It's come up to it twice. 4.4 exactly, 4.4 exactly here. It got the 4.4 exactly. So that is it's already rejected off there 3 times. To the point that I'm thinking about putting my profit target right there. Because it's struggling at that level. Big pullback here. I should have taken the profit. I think. Just trying once more. Let's bring up a Dom. Yep. Back down the way 4 ticks. Maybe manage this trade badly. Yeah. Ooh, ouch. Big reversal here. Here's a Dom. We don't see that 4.4. Light orders stacked. If it goes back up and gets toward that same area again, we're going to take our profit a little bit early. There we go. Getting some movement back up. Nice. Back up 9 ticks. 10. Trying to get some ahead of steam here. I have my finger on the close trade button. There we go. My my stop loss has moved up just 4 ticks or a few ticks behind. We'll let it go now. Okay, great trade. It hit our trailing stop. It did break. Let's take a look here. Do we got a buy here on the NASDAQ? Give me a minute while I process all this. Buy on the NASDAQ. Looks like it might be trying to move up. We'll want to watch to see if it breaks that high. Let's look at our stats on that trade on copper. Looks like we got about 15 ticks out of it. Executions. 439.30 to 4,400, so 14 ticks. Yeah, got 14 ticks off of that. Which is $175, I think. Yeah, $175. And that trade took all of 5 minutes and 21 seconds. And now we're up for the day, including last night, $221.25. So now we got to sell a buy signal on the 5 minute as well. On the NASDAQ, watching these indices. Let's see, copper's still going. So we got out of that copper trade a little early. I'll take the 200, almost $175 profit though. But it's going up another. We got at 70, is that right? Yeah. So it's going up another 12 ticks, 15 ticks. It's pulling back here now a bit. Did set the new daily high. Gold, sideways. Let's see here. So natural gas. Looks like this might have been a good trade as well. I didn't take. What was that signal? Oh, platinum. I don't worry about platinum. I should take that out. Short. Normally this time of day I'm looking for 60 ticks on natural gas. It's giving us about 53 of those 60. Copper's continuing to go up, which is fine. We got, our 175 from it. Eventually, I'll run more than one contract. Oh wow, it's really going up. Eventually, I'll run more than one contract when I can have a little more risk and be able to stay in trades longer. So from this entry point at 43935, it's gone up almost 500 total dollars. UB, or not UB. So you see the UB has gotten above the SMA line. It's playing with the ATR line here on both the 1 and the 5 minute. Crude, trying to come up. Gold. Ooh, look at that candle on gold. Broke the bands in reverse. That'd been a great entry. Coming up on 8:30 on the East Coast. A little over an hour before the New York Open. Ultra Bond again. There we go. We see a buy here on the Ultra Bond. Big 5 minute candle. 7 ticks. I mean, big is a relative term. But we're coming up onto the downtrending bands. Also coming up on an EMA line. Gold. You see the Russell just made a new daily high. Let's check where the Russell is in comparison. Oh, it's well within being an inside day compared to yesterday. This is where it hit its all-time highs on Thursday. It's definitely pulled back. You see, compared to yesterday, so far the range is less than half. I feel surprisingly awake this morning after my wonderful 5 hours of sleep. So, as you see, these bands are starting to now widen again here. So, again, not a trade. I mean, part of me says I've seen the bonds of anything. It's the bonds that might bend these bands and go for it. But I got both this resistance point and these resistance points here, so I'm not falling for it. We see copper pull back from that big move to the SMA here, sending us an opposite signal here, but there's a good chance this bounces Often after a big move, you see something take a breath, kind of like here. Matter of fact, you can see how on the 5 minute chart it came up here. This is our original daily high before this move, and it pulled back and took this breath, and then went up again. Okay, so we were saying we wanted to see Nasdaq test that daily high. We see it broke once on the last 5 minute candle. Now it's teasing that same area. See if there's any major resistance besides the fact that, and you know what, I was even off by about the daily high. Daily high was 95. I had it up at 97. So it looks like it's going up. Looks like we might be trying to get an uptrend going here. Probably gonna regret not getting in there. I don't see any major reason that this would be a resistance point. Going back a couple of days. See, we're well below what the highs were just from just a few days ago. Inflation definitely scared it yesterday. So our new daily high, let's see if we get above that 100 mark. 16,100. Copper. Copper keeps trying to tease us with these sell signals. Definitely well below. I mean, this would have been a good path to follow, but didn't really, you have uptrending bands here. Gold. Gold's doing this kind of the similar move that copper did. Up, back down. Though here we see that we're above the SMA line. So, but it is a downtrending line. Okay, so the bonds have proven me wrong. You can see here. I mean, it's up 3 ticks so far. So, I mean, I can't say it's totally proven me wrong, but we'll see whether or not it's already bending the bands. They're band benders and they did get above the SMA line. So, we'll see if that would have got our 7 ticks that we look for. Gold bounced off the SMA. Copper. Also a bounce here. And Q. Rejecting off of that high. Crude. Strong. Move down. You can see we're about 16 ticks above. It's pulling back now. Above that recent low down here. Let me pull that up. This recent low here, when this came down, reversed. Actually, you can see, oh, maybe not. And then next level below that is there. You can see it's indecisive here. Part of me tells me I should jump in on this. Part of me saying it's going to reverse. It just, every time it moves down, it's each move down goes a little higher so far. We had this move down here, this move down here, now this move down here. So we can bring out a trend line. I don't use trend lines a lot, but you can kind of see how this follows almost a line. This is basically called making higher lows. Gold. So gold sent us a buy signal here in the 5 minute, and then went up 17 ticks. That would have been nice to grab maybe, but I would have been scared. I don't think I would have taken this because look, when you have a candle like this that has a wick that's much bigger than body, that indicates selling pressure. And it looks like what happened is this closed, this came up here and it came down, closed as it was coming down, then wicked down to here and then reversed again. And we can probably look at that on the 1 minute chart, which is exactly, yeah, we can see that here in the 1 minute. Came up, down here, and then bounced. So this would have been a good signal. Just it would have been no, would have been kind of iffy. You see the Nasdaq actually did just Nasdaq hit 102 and then reversed again. So it's liking these upper levels. ES is kind of stagnant. Let's look at our volume from today compared to yesterday, because today is a holiday. This is a 5 minute. Let's look at the 7:30 volume. The half hour is a good precursor. Oops, let's turn that on. Oops, need to get rid of trend bot. There we go. So 1.019K. Let's look at the same time yesterday. Right here. 9.37. So volume today on the 7:30 candle is 1/9, or no, like 90% lower than yesterday. Let's look at this next candle. Oh wait, you know what? That's an unfair comparison. News came out yesterday at that time. So that's an unfair comparison. Let's look back before the news came out yesterday. Let's look back at 6 o'clock or 7 a.m. Eastern. The volume there was 614. Today it was 430. So about 2/3 of the volume there. Thank you for joining me this morning. If you have any questions or any comments, statements, insults, anything, feel free to say them in chat or just say hi. Are you trading this morning? Are you just watching? Oh, look. So the Ultra Bond this would have been a good signal. Very good signal. As you see, it's curling up. So I was wrong. Once it broke the SMA line, maybe I should have just said okay. Because it easily is going up now 10 ticks. Or 9 ticks. There's 10. So that would have been a great trade on the bonds. NQ is back at 16,100. The ES is kind of trending downwards. It's unusual to see them kind of being in divergence. And the Russell's probably happily doing its own thing. Russell downward as well, rebounding. So crude here proved me wrong as well. Crude broke this trend line. Maybe that's why I don't really put much stock in trend lines. I mean, it did reverse off of this candle here. Oops. And we would be 10 ticks in the profit now. Looking for 30 though this time of day. I don't know if it has that kind of strength. 30 would take us below this area here. So we'll see. Natural gas. Naturally. Since this sell signal here just after the top of the hour, it's come down twice. And NASDAQ is pushing up again. What's Tesla doing? Look at that. So as NASDAQ pushes up, Tesla pushes up. So Tesla is once again driving the NASDAQ. S&P's also showing signs of life. So we see this buy signal here on NASDAQ. We've seen one back here. We would have taken this one. Or we should have. I wasn't paying attention then apparently. Blame it on lack of sleep. That would have got us to our 15 points as well. As you can see, this is now it's breaking out. As is Tesla. Copper. See, this is why I didn't take that short signal earlier. As you see, it's come back up. It's kind of sideways now. Oops. What I wanted to do. Okay. Reversal on gas. Reversal on crude. Gold sideways for the past 10 minutes since this signal here. Crude sending us a buy signal. You can see here the last several buy signals. That one worked for 20. This one would have gotten 12. This one would have gotten nothing. I shouldn't say nothing, but a huge pullback. So I'm really hesitant to do any type of a buy signal on crude right now. Now we're getting to this area where copper's trying to trend down. You see it tickling the SMA line here on the 5 minute. So let's look at this trend. Let's look at this here. You see it's right at that level where it sent the signal before. It reversed by 55 all the way up to 60. So yeah, it reversed by over 21 ticks, and then came back down. So if it breaks this entry point here again, which is about at the SMA line here on the 5 minute, then we'll take a look at it again. Natural gas moving up. Sorry about the yawn. Ooh, I need some caffeine. What was that signal I knocked down? ES. ES, big buy marker on the ES. So let's find an ES chart. New daily high again on the NASDAQ. ES is 2 points away from its daily. Let's buy on the bid here and see if we get in. We're filled on the ES. Pulls back by a tick. Hello, donkey face. Yep, I just entered a trade. Down 2 ticks on it though. See if it continues this upwards momentum. Had an earlier trade on copper that for $175. Up a total of about 224 on the day. Let's check what crude's calling out right now. Crude. Oops. Blocking crude. Crude with another buy signal, but we're going to ignore that for now because it's had no follow through. Concentrate on the ES for now. We see a pullback here a bit on the NASDAQ. Doesn't bode well for my ES trade. Tesla's pulling back, so that's probably driving this move now. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully this is just a slight pullback. On the ES I'm actually running 2x2. I probably should increase it for this time of day, but this is a holiday, so we're expecting low volume. And I'm just going to go 2x2 on the ES. Now on the NASDAQ, I run at least 15, looking for a 15-point profit target with a 10-point stop loss. Or this time of day, I even go up to 30x20. ES has not been giving us 10 points at all today. You can see it's been sideways mostly here. So I took a chance on this buy because it was starting to show some momentum up. Hoping it goes up to its daily high here. Daily high was at 46.61 and a half. If it does, that'll get us our 2 points. Definitely seems to be struggling a bit here. Nasdaq still, this is a 8-point down 5-minute candle in the Nasdaq. Kind of palpitating at this level. That there. Let's find ourselves some. See if the DOM is giving us any information. There we go. There's the numbers. So we got stacked orders here in the ask. It's a little bit of a wall here. 121, 148. But we got 102, 126. So we got some, stacked orders on both sides. There it goes. We're up 2 ticks. Either those orders got pulled or they blew through them on the ask. Um, I went with Earn the Trade, and they're not integrated with TradingView, unfortunately. I do find that TradingView, if you compare, I'll put these side by side here. TradingView is about 1 to 2 seconds slower for me. You'll see the move here, then you'll see it over here. So I don't know if that would affect anything. I would like to execute from TradingView even with that 1 second delay, just because it's cumbersome to keep switching. Although TradingView's orders, uh, there's no way to use a trailing stop, and I do like to use trailing stops at times. So it has its advantages and disadvantages. I mean, I really prefer charting off of TradingView. So, having to quickly grab the Ninja Trader chart makes it to enter orders. It makes it a little cumbersome. But yeah, right now with the Earn the Trade, there's no way to enter an order with TradingView. They haven't integrated yet. You can see. I mean, it's like a second, 1 second, and obviously sometimes seconds really can matter in trades. But I mean, oh, we're heading back downward, down 2 ticks. Totally blocking. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I really like TradingView, but it still has some surprising limitations for, as popular as it is and as big as it is, that they haven't, like the fact they haven't integrated real tick charts to TradingView is a surprise. Ah, go away notifications. We're back to break even, or were. You can see here on the 5 minute. I mean, this was a possible reversal candle, but I mean, we're only 2 ticks down, 3 ticks now. Maybe I should keep my mouth shut. Tesla, that green candle there on Tesla. Nasdaq has pulled back by about 11 points. Nasdaq's actually sending me a short signal here on the 1 minute. That's not a good sign when you're in an ES trade long, but we'll see what happens. So, donkey face, and it's weird being calling somebody that. Uh, how long have you been trading? We're now down 4 ticks, halfway to our stop. Oh wow, nice. Just do it for extra money, or you do it for as a hobby, or you do it for a living? Okay, so we got an opposite signal here, as you can see. Okay, wasn't trying to pry, just trying to make conversation. So I take it you've had some bad moments. Yes, it's trying to come back here. We were down as much as 5 ticks. We're back up to only being down 2 ticks. Everything's kind of calm here as we head into 9 o'clock hour. Put this down in the corner here and we'll check some other charts. Oh, copper continuing its move up. Oh, I missed this signal on copper. That would have been nice. ES trying to come back. Gold sideways. Oh, I mean, this signal here would have ended up being good. Normally this time of day I'm looking for 3.5 points on gold and it would have given it to me. Oh, there we go. We're back in profit here on the ES trade. Nasdaq pushing up. 6 point candle on the 1 minute. but pulling back again. The ebb and flow. Okay, what do you mean by taking heat? Not sure I've heard that term before. Oops. Um, Good question. I wouldn't say many start against me. A few here, I don't take as many trades as I should, honestly. I'm too cautious. So I have never really thought about though which ones start against me. I just kind of worry about how they end up. You know, I chart out every trade I would make 24/7 if I could trade 24/7, so on and so forth. Um, on like 8 different assets, and I actually keep a spreadsheet based on those entries. I use the super trend um, signals. I use the bands. I don't just blindly follow the signals. I use the bands to see where I'm at. Use the EMA and the SMA lines, and then I chart out like here. You can look on. Let me move it up, back down the ticks. I mean 4 ticks down. So 8 o'clock was not a good. I should have exited there at 9 o'clock. But if you look here in gold, I've charted out. Let me chart. Oh, this is a 5-minute chart. No wonder. I chart out every trade I would make here in TradingView based on my class. This is last night. Win, win, loss, so on and so forth. And I put it on a spreadsheet. Uh, just here somewhere. This is my spreadsheet from the last 2 weeks, and I get about somewhere between a 50 and 60% win rate based on those entries. Like this is copper. Copper had become my favorite thing to trade. It's been a little iffier, but 72 and 49 this week, 76 and 33. So even I try to be very honest when I'm going through and try to make the charting worst case scenario. But even if I'm wrong by half of them, I'm still doing 50, at least a 50% win rate with a risk to reward. I try and run all my risk to rewards anywhere between 1.3 to 2, or reward to risk, I should say. ESCLPL. ES is giving us an opposite signal again. Looks like it wants to trend down. I might cut this here. 5-minute chart just kind of looks barcode-ish in the last few bars. NQ is still just kind of hanging out. Tesla showing a slight downtrend, which is probably helping to drive this. Hmm? Wow, that Nightbot was just wanting to spew out. I gotta set that better so it just doesn't spew out a whole bunch of stuff at once. Down here, 254 orders on the ask at 46.59.25, which just happens to be my entry point. So that's a little bit of a resistance wall there. You got some orders stacked here, trying to push this back up. If anyone feels like it, go and put it in an order for about 1,000 contracts on the ES, so this goes my direction. We're about 24 minutes from the New York Open. Again, we're expecting lower volume today being Veterans Day. If there's any veterans joining me, happy Veterans Day, and thank you for your service. I do not like playing the Open. The Open is way too rowdy. That's what I'm hoping. You know, if I'm still in this, if we're still in this trade at the Open, I'll stick with it because it's no real loss. But I don't usually flat for the Open. I mean, it's a real loss, but I'm saying at this point, I was already in the trade. It's going to go one way or the other. So, but the New York Open is usually a wild affair, and although it might be more tame today. But I don't like getting chewed up by the back and forth action that happens a lot right at 9:30 Eastern. Try and sit back and kind of wait for it to figure out what direction it wants to go. Put this off to the side. Check on what everything else is doing. Coppers made a new daily high. Looking strong. Gold. How did I get here? Ooh, there we go. Pull back Russell. Russell doing his own thing. Hey, Rich. Good morning. How you doing? Oh, if those of you watching, I guess I'm using something called Restream to stream to both Twitch and YouTube. So if you wonder who I'm talking to, if you're on YouTube, or if you're on Twitch and you're wondering who I'm talking to, I have it allows me to see the chat in but one window here, as you can see. So Rich meet Donkey Face meet Rich. Sometime I'm gonna set up the stream where people can see the chat that I see, but I haven't figured out that yet. So that's why if you see me talking to somebody but you have no idea why because you're not seeing anything in the chat, that's why. So Rich, you looking for some NQ action this morning? It's kind of sideways the last 10-15 minutes or so here. Remember, we're probably going to see a little less volume today, Rich, because being Veterans Day, I believe the banks and stuff are closed. I don't think there's any mail today. I forget. And our ES trade is back to break even. Let's hope this means we're going to see some upwards momentum as we head toward the open, 20 minutes away. There's an absolute stack of orders on the ask at 46.59 and a quarter. It's having trouble getting through that stack. Uh, Back down to being 3 ticks. It's definitely struggling with this level here. Don't you hate it when you see that sim running like that and just wish you had been doing it for real? Must have been during this uptrend here overnight. Made a nice move up there. Give me a minute. Um, did it switch? This is 500 tick on ES. Oh, See, it's been pretty much sideways even on the 500 tick, on the 1000 tick. That's a 1000 tick. See anything that tells you anything there, donkey? It seems weird calling someone donkey face. Honestly, Rich, I'm not sure I'll ever get to the point. I mean, I guess if you're, have some sort of stop in place or trailing stop or something, but I'm not sure I ever get to the level of being comfortable letting something run overnight while I wasn't able to watch it. Bunch of signals here that fire 15 minutes before the open. See gold's continuing to go down. This would have been a good entry, I think. Was below the SMA line. Would have given us so far. Yep, it would have given us our 35 ticks. We're now 2 ticks away from getting stopped out in the ES. Metals are selling a little bit. Wow, that would actually given us our 20 ticks. That didn't. Oh, we just got stopped out on the ES trade. There goes that hope. Bonds are sideways. Well, giving us a sell signal here, but again, I'm not. It's 13 minutes before the open. Nice move up here on crude oil. Natural gas sending a natural gas up 25 ticks on this 1 minute candle. You see crude here. Send us this signal here. Would have easily given us our 30 ticks that I look for this time of day. See, natural gas here was on a downtrend. It's come back up to the SMA line, but on the 5 minute, which is why I'm not jumping on this buy signal, which might be a mistake, but we'll see. I'm probably too careful, too hesitant. Looks like the bonds are. That would be up 4 ticks by now. So yeah, I hated that when I see every other trade that I could have taken and I took the one that lost. But that's just the way trading is. As long as I'm winning more than I'm losing. Honestly, I'm not good on the ES, and I take ES trades every now and then, but I'm actually better on NQ. NQ seems to move in a less stiff pattern. And we see here, ES that could have been a stop run, came down, stopped me out, and it started going again. So let's just see something. What do we? I don't even remember where I got in on that trade. 46.59 at about 7:47. Oh, still on a tick chart. Let's go to the 1 minute chart. Yeah, 7:40. So right there, 7:45. Boop, 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 there. That's right. I got in right there, and it never really went my way much. Yeah, I just I should have gotten out there when I saw that wall that was sitting there. Um, I'm just at times I get out of trades too quickly, so I'm trying to break myself of that habit and just finding I got to find the right balance. Let's see. If I've been running a 3 point stop, we'll still be in that trade instead of a 2 point. So that's how much different. Whether it's still going down or so. Eh, either way, no biggie. Gonna mute here for a couple minutes as we go into toward the open. I'll be back before the open, but I'm gonna chew a little bit of breakfast here. Damo Ninja. Hold on. Go into new. Go down here. Um, Super Dom Dynamic, and then you just put in whatever instrument you want. It was new Super Dom right there. Thanks, Donkey Face. I appreciate it. I appreciate you stopping in. Uh, are you trading this morning, Donkey Face? Are you waiting for the open to trade? Rich, if there's more to it, I don't know. Um, let's see. Maybe time and sale. Let's see what that does. Um, that didn't do anything. I'm not a Ninja Trader expert, so or maybe with Earn a Trade, I don't have all that available to me. I'm not sure. It's not. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to put in an. Oh wait, no, no instrument link. Link call. What does that do? No, no idea. Sorry, I couldn't help you there, Rich. Yeah, I haven't taken the time to really, learn some of the extra features of Ninja Trader yet. Just because I do most of my charting off uh, off Ninja, I'm sorry, off Trading View, and I pull up a DOM here every now and then. I like today, the DOM was actually helpful, but I haven't really utilized the DOM much in time and sales and all that. It's something I probably should first day of my new mouth. Probably should utilize more just to figure out maybe some levels of resistance, but I haven't yet. So we're continuing a downtrend here as we head into the open. We're about 2 minutes away from the open. I'm about a minute and 10 seconds from finishing my eggs. Okay, I'm back. We have 30 seconds into the open. See a lot of signals being sent. Gold trying to come up here as we go into the open. Let's watch the indices. Good luck, Rich. Okay, there's the bell. Pushing up here. Big pullback. ES is red. Tesla, big red candle here at the open. Where Tesla goes, so does the indices, it seems like. S&P right at the right at its EMA line, 200 EMA. Russell also coming down. Everything's coming down. Russell, Dow, all four. We have wicks on both ends of the 1-minute chart on the NASDAQ. Pushing down further now. S&P down about 3.5. Up, recovery here. Hey, Rand Wolf, how you doing? I'm up about $121 so far today. Good trade on, I forget what it was on last night. Good copper trade, and we lost on an ES trade today. Oh, big recovery here. How's your trading going today, Rand? So we had a 10-point down candle and then followed by a 10-point up candle so far, which just makes this a doji candle in the 5. Not seeing the same recovery, excuse me, here on the S&P. Now push back down. Gold's kind of sideways still. Copper sent us a buy signal here at 8:31. I missed it. I just knocked down another signal. Natural gas, Russell. Gold, the bonds, kind of sideways here at the open. Crude sideways. We got a signal here on natural gas. I'm going to ignore. What was that? Sure, we keep that open. Gold pushing upwards into downward trending bands. Let's check the 5-minute. Ouch. Oops, seems like it might have been a bounce off the SMA line there. Let's jump into that. Kind of like that. Gold. How many ticks did I miss? One. And it's pulling back now, so we won't jump into that. Copper. Copper. So that would have been a good signal there on copper. Indices. Okay, it looks like they might have maybe found a direction. Now down 24 points on the 5-minute candle. Still pushing. Okay, now Nasdaq's trying to recover. Tesla's almost doing the same thing. We compare these two charts. Down, red, green, red, red, green. Look at that. Nasdaq. Tesla and Nasdaq. Tesla, Nasdaq, Tesla, Nasdaq, Tesla, Nasdaq. NQ, RTY. Uh, Missing this copper trade hurts. Hasn't quite reached profit goal, but it's close. So you see the S&P is still continuing to trend down. The Nasdaq has almost completely recovered its losses. Russell still heading downward. Bonds are heading upwards near their daily high. Next candle's down 15 points. So total, no market decision yet. I would like to thank Comcast for allowing me to have this stream today. Not like unlike Tuesday where it got broken into 4 times and was down for an hour or longer. Okay, so now both the S&P and the Nasdaq's bleeding out. Although still well within the range of that, the same range that we've been seeing since for the last 4 hours. Are those? How did you get those levels, Rich? Is that Fibonacci, or are you just looking back at prior test points? So definitely red now. It looks like we might have picked a direction. Wish I had jumped in off that sell signal, but I didn't trust it yet. Welcome to everyone joining me today. Please feel free to say hello in the chat. If you have any questions or comments, feel free as well. Let's look at our volume compared yesterday compared to today. Since today's being a holiday, let's say 30 candle here on the Nasdaq gave us how much volume? 16K. Yes, yesterday was 22K, so about 75% of the volume as yesterday. Next candle gave us 12K yesterday. Wait, that's yeah, I'm sorry. Next candle gave us 15K yesterday. Well, let's see what it is today. 14 up. So second candle wasn't off by much. Though right now we're not seeing too tremendously low volume. Excuse me. Gold. So looks like this might have been a good signal. Oops, Russell. We've gotten in here. We would have pulled back, but I I use a 2.5 by 3.5 here. We wouldn't have been anywhere near either one. Copper would have went with that profit goal if that buy signal and then pulled back. And Q's trying to bounce. Oh, soybeans. Big open for soybeans there. 71 ticks. Big open for corn too. Russell bouncing back up. Crude grinding up. It's been grinding up now since way back here. And we have continued downward move here on the natural gas. So we seem to be leveling out. Markets calming down some here. Ultra bond. Bond. Ultra bond. Got a sell signal here. It is below an uptrending SMA line. Gonna kind of let that go for now. You see when it pulled back the last time through the SMA, it failed, went right back up. So this is a little bit of a pullback. We're still bleeding on the Nasdaq. What's interesting is, everything is green on the day if you go back to the open. Gold sending us a sell. Looking for some opportunity here. Something that looks yummy. Did you take any trades, Rich, or are you still waiting for something? S&P is actually giving us a buy signal here in the 1 minute. Not sure I'm ready to say it's going to reverse here, though. Gold. Gold, gold, gold. Is there something specific about tomorrow that you're expecting good stuff there, Rich, or just because it's the end of the week? Yeah. My super trend script here would have been right. This short here with 20-point stop loss would have easily given me my 30 points of profit.